I've been sitting here in the dark for 3 hours straight, just staring and admiring this world every single second I've been playing through it. The game is called Hail to the Rainbow. It's a solo project from Sergei Noskov, and honestly it puts a lot of modern games to shame just by how much vibe is packed into it. I know that sounds like a cliche, but the atmosphere really speaks for itself. It's Russian cyberpunk. Depressing, but gorgeous. It's probably one of the best things I've played all year. I haven't been able to stop thinking about it since the credits rolled. But I want to address the elephant in the room first, because I think people are misunderstanding the AI stuff mentioned on the Steam page. There's been some talk, and yeah, some pictures might be AI generated, but they are just pictures. The big red flag for people was the voice acting. But that's the funny part. The AI voice acting is only there if you are playing with the English dub. If you play in Russian, it's real actors. What the developer did is that he cloned the voices of the original Russian actors to speak the English lines. Yeah, it sometimes sounds a bit choppy or the pronunciation is a bit off, but there aren't many characters anyway, so it didn't really bother me.
Let me pour you a drink. Oh, sorry, you can't have any yet. Don't be mad, it's just my kind of humor.
Actually, I had to use the English dub. There's a lot of driving in this game, and when you are driving through these levels with something chasing you and you are trying not to crash, it's literally impossible to read the subtitles. My Russian is basically non-existent, so English AI clones was the choice. A lot of people are also calling this Atomic Heart inspired. Sure, I see the inspiration in the art direction, but the gameplay? They aren't even in the same league. It's more like an adventure puzzle game. Most of the time you're just trying to figure out how to get from point A to point B, or how to clear a blockade in your path. The game has some interesting design choices, a hunger system and a cold system. The cold makes sense since it's set in Russia, but the hunger, it's a bit much. You are trying to solve a complex puzzle and your character is literally starving to death in real time. Fortunately there are enough supplies, but they can be really hard to find in the early chapters of the game. Then there's the energy. You have a flashlight, which you need because the game is dark, but reading lore notes or using devices also consumes energy. The game basically punishes you for wanting to understand the story, and it just stresses you out. But that's an issue only in the first few chapters, like I mentioned before. I'll be real with you, I had to set the difficulty to easy. I haven't done that in years, but the robots, they are tanks. Getting killed in 4 hits while trying to enjoy a story-heavy game, yeah, that wasn't fun. Even on easy, the bosses are pellet sponges. The balance is weird, but honestly, don't let that pitch you off. The crafting system is also simple, but dangerous. You use the same scrap and chemicals for ammo, healing, and key puzzle items. I actually softlocked myself twice. I crafted an extra healing syringe after a fight, only to realize I didn't have enough materials left to craft a hacking device I needed to progress. It's that kind of weird Eurojank that games used to have, except this game came out last year. But I don't want to just complain, because the story is something else. You play as Ignat, this lonely guy just trying to survive. He repairs his radio, hits a frequency and starts talking to another guy. From there it's a slow burner. Nothing really makes sense until you are halfway through the 13 chapters. What makes this game fun isn't the combat, it's the exploration and the puzzles. I realized I love puzzles when they actually make sense in the world. They are practical. Like, you have a car and you can use it to rip open locked gates with a chain and a hook. Though some get difficult, I spent a long time on a puzzle involving pipes and pressure levels because an employee threw his keys in a pipe and didn't know where they ended up. You have to recalculate the pressure just to get the keys out. There's no manual, just a picture with pressure levels. It's difficult, but it feels realistic. No other game has given me this weird relationship with the tool like I had with the car. The car is literally the safest space in this game. Once you are on foot, it turns into a horror game. The robots don't look scary at first, but their mechanical movement makes you feel the weight behind them. They twitch and malfunction. It's creepy. You don't even get weapons early on. I played 5 or 6 chapters without one. You just have your wrench, but it's easier to just run away. That's what sets it apart. You are defenseless, trying to survive, and it really gets you into the character of Ignat. I also love that each time you finish a day, Ignat has a nightmare. It uncovers his childhood traumas and his past. It's probably the best way to get connected to a character, seeing what he saw. Those nightmares play more like horror games, and while the puzzles aren't as complex there, it gets pretty creepy. I almost forgot to mention the absolute genius behind the game's soundtrack, which is Nobody's Nail Machine. He's most known for the genius soundtrack for Fallout Sonora, which was a big total conversion mod for the original Fallout. You might actually check that one out too. You could hear throughout this whole video 2 tracks from this soundtrack, and they are just phenomenal. And they help set the atmosphere even better. If you like slow burner stories with hidden lore and mystery, go for it. It's only about 14 euros on Steam, and you are supporting a solo dev. His other games are in a similar vein. They are all very artistic. That's the right word for Hail to the Rainbow. It's an artistic game. So yeah, thank you for watching, thank you for the support, and I'll be seeing you next time.